Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to the Crypto Report, guys. I am Crypto Kip, and it is so good to be home, back in the studio. I was out this last weekend for 3 or 4 days, had a bachelor party for my brother-in-law to be. Huge shout out to him. Had a great time. Always good to touch some grass, live in the real world as we're trying to make it in this virtual world as well, which increasingly so, this virtual cryptocurrency, magical internet money that people doubted for so long is establishing itself more and more with each day, each year, each bull market. But it is not easy to accomplish success in crypto. It's easier when you're buying in the bear markets and accumulating in those bear markets and taking profit in the bull. But when do you take profit? When is the market cycle over? Where is Bitcoin headed next? These are all the crazy questions that keep you guys up at night, checking your portfolio in the morning, looking at that number a little bit down today, maybe quite a bit down, depending on how volatile the assets that you picked are. How are you managing that? What we want to be here on this channel is, we're talking about crypto every single day, guys. Nothing's financial advice by now. You guys understand that. But we do want to keep up to date with the hot trends in crypto. We want to make sure that we're allocating our finances personally, me and my partner Black Sea, into the right place, trying to stay ahead of the trend, trying to understand where we go next, and most importantly, trying to keep ourselves and you guys out there level-headed. Right now is one of those times where I think the number one thing you can get out of a YouTube channel or out of any influencer or content creator that you follow, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on this, whether it's on that, is emotional support. Because bull markets, and Black Sea's been saying this quite a bit, are almost harder than bear markets. Because in bear markets, you just buy. But in bull markets, you're wondering, how high is this going to go? Is it over? What's our next key level? When to accumulate now that we're going up? Am I buying too high? Is it going to go lower? Am I buying too low? All these kind of questions. So today we're going to explore the conversation. Can Bitcoin go down to 52K? And the answer might be yes. So we're going to talk about that. But we're also talking about the downward movement in these markets today. We're going to talk about the potential for what comes next to the upside and why that it should go to the upside. Because this is the information that I think people need to know on times of fear. And there's no doubt a lot of fear in the crypto market. The fear to greed index is showing such. You see, the charts obviously showing that. You go onto Twitter, on X, you will see the sentiment from the posts across the board showing that. You'll see your favorite traders getting bearish right now. These are all things, honestly, guys, that make me increasingly bullish. Yes, that is really crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but you got to think, guys, if we're all right all the time, then how can we all, win? We don't all win in crypto. So we got to make sure we're staying ahead of the trend, making sure that we're doing our due diligence, keeping our head on straight. And typically when the opposite sentiment is the most prevalent one, then the other condition comes true. So for example, everybody was looking, since Bitcoin wicked above its previous all-time high, everybody was looking for that breakout for the last 100 days. We didn't get it, right? So now what's happening? We're dipping. People are getting wrecked. Max pain is what happens in crypto. And history is no different, guys. There's nothing really new about what's going on right now. So let's talk a little bit about this. I want to pull up one more thing before I get going. So first of all, if you haven't done so already, smash the like button. Subscribe to this channel for more crypto content, my friends. We're not going to stop. We're going to keep it coming. I believe this bull market has only just begun, and you guys need to remember that. Not financial advice, but let's get into it, guys. So again, tap the like, subscribe if you haven't done so. Throw a comment in there. Shout out to BSS in the chat. Shout out to Jake. Shout out to David. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Tap that like button for me, and let's go ahead and share some screen action and check out what's going on. So again, we got to remember this, my friends. We got to remember this. The fear and greed index, when it is neutral, this is typically an accumulation zone. Okay, so we are in that accumulation zone. And if you were buying Bitcoin at $65,000, $73,000, and you wanted to buy more, and your all of a sudden mindset is shifting, and you today now are too scared to buy Bitcoin. If you were buying Bitcoin at 70K and you're not buying it now, then you're setting yourself up not for success, in my opinion, from a mental perspective, because you're buying low, or excuse me, you're buying high at that point, and you're not DCAing in low, right? We like to buy low, sell high. I was able to pay off 2 of my cars using some meme coin profits. My portfolio has bled significantly since I paid off those cars, but I have a little bit of room to breathe and to be okay, because why? I took some profit, had some success, paid off some cars. The rest of my portfolio is bleeding right now, but I'm going to lay out some evidence for why I'm, very bullish, why I think we've got a beautiful, beautiful bull market still ahead of us on a day where I think a lot of people are overly fearful. And not to say that Bitcoin can't go down, because again, on this thumbnail, what do you see? You see a 52K number on my thumbnail. Are we really going to see Bitcoin go to 52K? The answer is up in the air, but the answer could certainly be yes. That is possible. That is absolutely 100% on the table. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it could happen. That is absolutely an option, as is a absolute explosion back to the upside at any given moment in time. So let's look at some of the evidence. Let's talk through some of the stories. But first, let's look at some of the altcoins and see what's going on right now. Jake just said we are in the accumulation zone, but going backwards. So it is possible to get fear versus we get to the accumulating zone from the fear zone. Yeah, I mean, I think we're in accumulation zone right now, Jake. Nathan says this has not happened in any other bull market. Nathan, I'm going to challenge you in a second, my friend. So are you scared then, Nathan? I'm very curious, and not trying to call you out, not trying to say you're wrong. You could be right. Maybe you're seeing something I'm not seeing, but I'm going to lay out some of the evidence that I'm seeing as to why we're very much just on track for everything that we've seen always in crypto. Nothing is different about this in my perspective. And I'm going to share those details with you, Nathan, and we can kind of talk more about that. But I appreciate that comment. So let's get into it. Let's look at some of the big losers. Let's look at some of the big gainers. Let's look at historically what we're dealing with for Bitcoin and crypto. And we'll discuss whether this is good, bad, in between. Are we buying? Are we selling? What are we doing? So let's get into it. Fear and greed index, typically in a bull market, which we're still in that bull market in my mind, neutral, very good accumulation zones. We might even see some orange if you're lucky. If you're lucky to accumulate in the orange, you're setting yourself up for success when we get back to the green. If we get back to the green, will we? Let's discuss that more. Stick around, guys. Stick around. We got Roberto Khan in the chat. Yes, Crow with knife meme. Let's see if those Cronos memes can come back. But let's get into the big boys here. Let's see what's going on. So today, a couple coins are up. What coins are these? These are mostly Ethereum projects, okay? Ethereum, layer 2s, Ethereum projects, things related to Ethereum. You also have Phantom up there. Dog with Hat is actually holding decently well, but after being down 32% over last week, so not really holding that well. Bonk, however, only down 13% over last week, but Bonk was struggling lately. Really not a lot of good things happening in crypto. Over the last 7 days, only up 6%. It's a couple AI plays. Not a lot of good things happening right now on the price action side. Nine's asking me, am I still holding Mary? I am still holding Mary, absolutely bleeding out on that right now, but not really in the need to accumulate more at this point, just because I'm going to focus on some big cap plays right now. Some of the other AI coins that I'm the other altcoins that I'm looking at that I'm very bullish on, that are big bleeders. I'm going to personally focus less on memes here, though buying these memes could be an incredible opportunity. If and when we get a recovery, and I do think we are going to have a recovery, but I also need to manage my risk as such where I get more tried and true coins, more utility-based projects, because I am over-positioned on the meme coins right now, which is why my personal portfolio is down quite a bit. Again, I don't mind so much because I took some profits recently, but good question. Good question nonetheless. But yeah, still holding on that particular meme. And again, here we go. Some of the trending topics: memes, Solana ecosystem, AI, and a new ecosystem rehypothecated, which I have no idea what that is. I'm gonna have to look into that. So not a lot of big movers to the upside today, but what is moving to the downside? In the last 7 days, Dog with Hat, big loser, layer 0, never heard of it in my life. Maybe I got to look into that one. Down huge. Notcoin, that's been trending lately. Down. Ethna, been trending. Down. Jasmy Coin, was really hot. I put out a warning of a potential 40% crash. We're already 22% down since that call. We could go lower. We'll look at that chart later on. I'm not bearish on it. I'm just thinking that we're in accumulation zone. Looking at the possibility of Bitcoin going to 52K, which we're going to discuss in a second, gives you more discounts on your altcoins. Painful discounts if you're holding them, but discounts nonetheless. Great accumulation opportunities for the projects you believe in if these things come back, which many of them will. Many of them will, in my opinion. I'll lay out that evidence for you over this channel. You still at your nanas? Nanas. I'm home. I was never at my nanas. I don't think. My wife's Nona. I could have been there. That's for sure. But I'll keep going here. So a couple coins are down on the day. What are the biggest losers for the day? Ordi, meme token, the BRC20, Gnosis, 10%, Uniswap, the largest DEX on Ethereum, down. Whoa. Largest DEX on Ethereum down 10%. So a lot of big losers today. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Because Bitcoin just broke down, my friends. Bitcoin is out at $60,200. We already put in our previous all-time high, broke through it, made a new all-time high. I've been tracking this range for a while, and right now Bitcoin is down 19% from its highs. Its worst case scenario that it had recently was down 23%. Now, is this different? Is this something that we've never seen before? Like Nathan is saying in the chat, he says, we've never seen this before. And I'm curious as to, me and Black Sea got to talk about it more, how much we agree or disagree in this particular moment of what comes next and what's happening. That's one of the beauties of having this channel, is you get two different perspectives from two different guys, two best friends. But we're going to continue to give you our personal, honest opinions on how we personally feel. And we have a lot of overlap in that, but there are differences. And that's an advantage to you guys because you get more perspective. Know that no one person is ever exactly right. I certainly haven't been. I've made some great plays. So has Black Sea. I've also made some bad plays. So has Black Sea. Nobody's perfect. You just need to win more than you lose, my friends. And if you're accumulating right now and you see this is an accumulation zone just like me and Black Sea, you can sign up for Blowfin. This is a new and upcoming exchange. You don't need a VPN to do it if you're in the US. You don't need a KYC. It's very easy to sign up. And there is a $30 sign up bonus for copy trading right now if you guys sign up. So we got a new link for you guys there. Check it out in the description. Take advantage of that. There's also up to $5,000 in deposit bonuses. But these are accumulation zones in my mind. Now, let's get into it, right? Okay, can we see a 52K Bitcoin? Benny Blue Eyes, shout out to you. Welcome back. Legend, smash a like, guys. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Shout out to Joel King. Good to be back in the studio, my friends. Let's talk about the 52K Bitcoin. Can we see it go there? Yes. This was a very interesting level for Bitcoin right before we made our huge leg up. And this would be the next logical level for Bitcoin to test if we do not stop the bleeding here. But let me give you guys a little bit of hope for the short term. Larry Rocket says capitulation time. That's exactly right, Larry. And I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but here's what I'm going to take from you saying capitulation time. This is the time where the market wants you to fumble your bags. And if we take it back down to 52K, big players, whales, Bitcoin in general, if Bitcoin was a person, it would want you to fumble your bags here because we need to kind of clear out some of the greedy leverage. We need to kind of clear out some of the weak hands before we take our next level to the top. Bitcoin's rally was overextended a little bit out of the gates here. Everybody said we were ahead of schedule. Well, we're right back on schedule, my friends, and I'm going to lay out the evidence as to why. Bitcoin's bleeding. So what's happening with the altcoins? Altcoin, Ethereum, holding up decently against Bitcoin right now. Stacks is right now testing where I think would be a good stopping point. There is another level, maybe at around $1. I do not want to see Stacks go to $1, but it could happen, my friends, if Bitcoin especially goes down to 52K. Solana breaking down out of this wedge that I've been tracking for a while, looking rather bearish as well. Again, depending on what Bitcoin does here, my friends, you're going to want to see Bitcoin come back up. Benny Blue Eyes, shout out to you, has been a member for 17 months. Man, I love it, man. We've been doing this channel for a long time. You've been with us for the whole ride, and we're just trying to keep people level-headed today, Benny, because I know it's an emotional day. It's been an emotional week, an emotional month for people, but I appreciate that comment. That's a loyal member right there, guys. If you want to become a member on our channel as well, you get access to our private Discord, and you get to support me and Black Sea for pumping out this content. It's like $5 a month. What do you get? You get access to our private Discord. That's the biggest benefit. Other than that, you're just supporting the channel and allowing us to continue producing this content for you guys. You can become a member in the links in the description down below. Check it out if you haven't done so already. BSS says, if you're not buying Crow under 10 cents, then you have not been paying attention. I agree. It is a good accumulation zone, specifically for CRO versus Bitcoin. It is at its all-time low versus Bitcoin. That is a fact, which means that we should be getting a bounce, and it's looking like it wants to bounce. And so if people are trying to sell their Crow for Bitcoin right now, this is historically the worst time ever to do it. I was talking about that while I was out in Colorado. Didn't have the chart to share with you, but I'm sharing it with you now. So that's something to look at. And a lot of altcoins are bleeding versus Bitcoin. Here is a fact. The overall crypto market has, let's go back to what Nathan said earlier. Nathan said this has not happened in any other bull market. Nathan, you know what has not happened in any other bull market, my friend? And just to respectfully challenge you to just give some perspective on it, because I think you need to hear it. I think you need a little bit of this outside perspective I'm hopeful to give you today. In no other bull market is the overall market cap not broken through its previous all-time high. And I'm going to say that that's more substantial than anything else in this market. Okay? In terms of an indicator to consider. The fact that Bitcoin's already broken its high is meaningless in my mind versus the overall market cap, because historically we have never seen the overall market cap not put in a new high in a bull market cycle. And so if that doesn't happen, then I am so very wrong. And I really don't think that I'm going to be wrong on that particular thing. I think we are going to see the overall market cap surpass its previous high from the last bull market peak in November of 2021, which was $3 trillion. And we haven't even gotten close to that. We got kind of close. We got up to 2.72, but we need to hit 3 trillion. And heck, we need to hit 4, 5, and maybe even 6 or 10 trillion dollars for the overall market before I'm ready to say that the bull market is over. So Bitcoin, can it dip down to 52,000? Yes, it's possible, my friends. Do I want to see it? No. Could it happen? Yes. If it does happen, am I going to accumulate? Absolutely. I'm going to continue to accumulate. I have told you guys repeatedly that my plan is to accumulate consistently through the fall of this year. And honestly, guys, that timeline is changing. I might accumulate even through there because, again, I'm waiting for the overall market cap to break through to new highs, and we have not seen it yet. And I was telling you guys for a while that I believe that the bull market could be ending in December, maybe even November at the earliest, maybe possibly even into January, February at best. That is now changing. The longer we consolidate to the side and the longer it takes the overall crypto market to take this high, then the more extended this bull cycle can go out in terms of a time frame, and we might even have this bull market continue into mid to late 2025 if this continues to consolidate to the side, my friend. Okay? So this is kind of where I'm looking right now. And back to you, Nathan, saying we've never seen this before for Bitcoin. Let's just challenge it again, just for the fun of it, my friend. Every single time. This is a great tweet that I wanted to share with you guys today. Bitcoin has 38%. This is back in 2016 to 2018 bull run. 38% crash on the way up, 38% crash on the way up, 33% crash on the way up, 38% crash on the way up, 36% crash on the way up, 29% crash on the way up. We have not even seen a 29% crash for Bitcoin yet, my friends. We have not even seen a crash like that, and everybody's freaking out today over a potential 52K Bitcoin, my friends. 38% crash here, 38% crash there. What if Bitcoin goes down to 52K? What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Oh no, a 28% crash. Oh, we've never seen it before. Oh my gosh, it's over. It's over. We've only seen 38, 38, 33, 38, 36, 29% was the weakest crash. That would be the weakest crash from the 2016 bull market. And then it had more legs up. So to everybody freaking out today, Chilski. All right, guys, touch some grass. Look at the opportunity. You've never in the history of cryptocurrency had presidential candidates, maybe even about to debate about cryptocurrency. He's starting a crypto army over here. They're passing crypto legislation over there. They're accepting donations here. They're accepting donations there. It is getting very, very real. We have ETFs being approved. We have Standard Chartered Bank launching Bitcoin and Ethereum over the desk trading now at their bank, an $800 billion bank. Guys, I don't understand how people are bearish today. I do understand where the fear is coming from, though. So let's talk about why we are at where we're at today. It's so good to be back at the desk. It's so good to have my charts, the stories. I do enjoy doing these videos where I'm out and about, but I always want to give you guys more. But if I need to do those while I'm out and about living life, I try to use those as kind of a mindset video, right? A broader market strategy video, but it's so good to kind of get back in the weeds. So if you're enjoying the stream so far, do me a favor, follow us on Twitter, smash the like button, subscribe to us on YouTube. We're doing videos every single day. We will never stop, even if I'm at a bachelor party, even if Black Sea's in Switzerland, even if we're across the world and we're in a different time zone. We'll never miss a day. It's a guarantee. That's a promise. That's the dedication we have to this market, to our audience. So we're going to keep that going. So smash the like button on that. Let's talk about why Bitcoin today is dipping. First off, Bitcoin dips 3.5% as German government sells 325 million of Bitcoin over the last 2 days, and they sold it through exchanges. So they really dumped the price a little bit. This kind of started some of this cascading, okay? Government still has a ton of Bitcoin in Germany, and I'm betting that other governments around the world have a bunch of Bitcoin as well. How do they get this Bitcoin? They acquired it from some kind of platform where they basically shut down this guy and confiscated all his Bitcoin. And so now, that's how a lot of governments accumulate crypto. CIA, the FBI, they've got a lot of crypto too. Why? Because that very, very reason. They're shutting down bad actors in the space, taking over the Bitcoin, and then sometimes they're selling it. So Bitcoin's dipping today. One reason. A lot of people have been talking about this. Yes, the German government's selling. They still got a lot more Bitcoin. They could dump more. It was very dumb of them to sell it on the exchange. But, what do you expect? What do you expect? So that's one thing that's happening today. Another thing that's happening today, Mt. Gox, and this is a recent story here, to distribute $9 billion worth of Bitcoin cash repayments from the beginning of July. And for some reason, it seems like people believe that once this Bitcoin is given out, everybody's just going to sell it. Why wouldn't people just hold it or accumulate more or just praise the fact that I have some? Sure, there's probably going to be some selling pressure from this, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think. Maybe that is the thing that gets us down to 52K. This is more evidence for why we could go to 52K, besides just the technicals of that's shouting at us our next level. I don't even want to talk about what's below 52K yet until it gets a little bit more relevant. But yes, 40K would be next, things like that. There's not a lot of space after that for, we got moves lower if we don't hold 52K, but we're not going to get there yet. Again, I think the fear is kind of spiking up because you've got all these news stories coming and the price action's been stale. And now people are getting more fearful and the stories are making people more fearful, which screams to me accumulation zone. But people want to be panicking. That's just what people want to do. That's the natural tendency for us humans to be scared. But when you embrace the fear and you look at the facts, you'll start to realize that, wow, what a gift, what a discount today. Even if we go lower, fine. Don't unload all your cash right now. Maybe you just DCA in slowly over time. Continue to do that. I'm doing that with my monthly paychecks. I'm continuing to DCA. Right now, I'm focusing on buying some of the bigger, I'm focusing on buying stacks right now. This is one of the most bullish tokens I have. That's my personal opinion. There's a lot of great plays out there. Maybe you want to buy a different layer one. Maybe you want to buy Solana. Solana's on a huge discount right now because Solana can fall lower. Yeah, if Bitcoin falls to 52K, stacks and Solana can fall lower. So these are all things we got to remember, guys. But two of the reasons why Bitcoin's fearful today, why it's coming down, this Bitcoin sell-off from Germany, that's one reason. Mt. Gox fear, that is another one. This is a big exchange that has been waiting to pay back the creditors, and it is coming, but I don't think they're going to dump it all. I think there will be some sell-offs. I think there will be some fear sell-offs in anticipation of that, which is probably what we're seeing today. Maybe this is already priced in. Maybe we're going to get a bounce soon. Hopefully we do. I would prefer Bitcoin to just keep going up, but we have to acknowledge that 52K level because it is possible. If you look at what's going on right now on the monthly time frames for Bitcoin, let me just refresh the page for you guys. You see that we are now down 10% in June. We had 14% in April to the downside, back up 11% in May, and now we're back down 10% in June. Could we get another red month after this? It's possible, but Black CMI have both been focusing on the fact that maybe this Ethereum ETF is going to go live. Now, there's a couple different opinions on this. I think that it's a bullish thing, and so do many other people. Bloomberg analysts are doubling down on the fact that they think that July 2nd is going to be the spot Ethereum launch because we are seeing more of these big firms like BlackRock, like Fidelity, like all these other firms out there, fix their S1 filings with the SEC, looking pretty good. And while I think that's bullish, you have some people, and I don't really trust Cointelegraph that much, saying Ethereum could fall 30% after the spot ETF's launch. Is that possible? It's possible. Depends on what happens with Bitcoin. It could be a buy the rumor, sell the news event, though we really haven't had much of a buy the rumor move with this, except for that one move we did have for Ethereum, which was pretty nice. And this is not the Ethereum chart here. This is ETH versus BTC. Let's get back to ETH versus the dollar. Let's look at that real quick. We had this move up. This could have been that buy the rumor, sell the news event, though. I'm not really seeing. This was the big buy the rumor part, consolidating up here, and then all of a sudden it comes out. Maybe we sell the news, come back down to this channel, back to 2,200. Could we come lower? Could we test this $2,000 level? Yeah, it's possible. It's possible, guys. We don't want to see it, but it's possible. Again, it all depends on Bitcoin, and we got to continue to keep our eye on the overall market structure for Bitcoin as well. But it is possible. Anyway, I'm more bullish on this than bearish. I don't like this take, though. If Bitcoin doesn't get itself together and the Ethereum inflows aren't crazy out of the gate, then we could continue to see maybe a buy the rumor, sell the news event for Ethereum. However, Bitcoin being down 10%, is this terrible? Is this awful? Or is it over? No, it's not over. This is just classic crypto for you guys. This is just classic crypto for you guys. Nothing has really changed here inherently. We are right on track. I just go back to this chart right here. You've got to remember that this happens in every single bull market, guys. We have these pullbacks. We just have these crazy pullbacks. And so to everybody freaking out today, feel some peace in knowing this. I reposted this on my Twitter. You guys should follow me on Twitter, by the way, if you haven't done so already. Crypto Kip tweets. Check it out. Beware of impersonation events impersonation accounts. I will never DM you unless it's just a chat for fun. I will never ask you for anything. I just won't do it. So please beware. There are some impersonators out there. As for the liquidation heat map, what are we seeing right now? Whoopsie. Didn't mean to do that. Let's go back here. I have no idea what I just did. Go to the same time frame. So what are we seeing for the liquidation heat map? Let's take a peek at it. We are seeing a lot of liquidations right here. 4, 5 billion, billions of dollars of liquidations that could get grabbed up here for Bitcoin. And you could even see a wick down to these $50,000 price levels. But then if we break lower than that, guys, and I don't really want to talk too much about these lower levels because I just don't know if they're coming, 45, 46, and God forbid, we come down to 42, 40, more liquidations there. Again, I mean, anything below 40 would just absolutely blow my mind. I just don't think we're going to see that, though. I'm not going to take it off the table. We got to watch what Bitcoin does, okay? We just got to roll with the punches for Bitcoin and look at the evidence to decide, is this bull market still happening? Is it canceled? What's going on? Again, this is all a part of Bitcoin's history. This is something we've seen many, many, many times before, my friends, and nothing has really changed. Nothing has really changed. Bitcoin miners are selling off as well. This is another factor that is getting us, more selling pressure. What's crazy, though, is their reserves, the Bitcoin miners' reserves, are dropped to a multi-year low. What the heck does this mean? This simply means that the amount of Bitcoins that the miners can sell off is getting less and less. Okay? So if you pair this with some of the other facts out there, this is a very bullish thing. We see Japanese public company Metaplanet issuing a $1 billion 0.5% bonds to buy more Bitcoin. This is essentially what MicroStrategies did. And you think about the billions of dollars that could be flowing in through the various companies across the globe buying into Bitcoin and crypto. This is very bullish. I also want to remind you guys this. Here's a fun story. Michael Dell, this Vivek guy, he's got some great tweets. Michael Dell could buy the remaining Bitcoin on exchanges alone if he wanted to because his net worth is $109 billion. So we've got, again, the miners that their reserves are dropping to lows. Yes, they're selling off. Yes, they're giving selling pressure right now, but they're running out of Bitcoin to sell over time. You've also got people acquiring Bitcoin, like public companies like Michael Saylor's MicroStrategies did, and now they own 226,000 Bitcoin. MicroStrategies does. What if 20 people do this? Boom. That we're running out of Bitcoin, guys. We're running out of Bitcoin. Actually, yeah, 220. Well, because there's 21 million Bitcoin. So 10, 100x. So if 100 people did this, you're out of Bitcoin. In fact, it's not even possible for 100 people to do this, or 100 different companies to do this. I also want to remind you guys, in terms of the bull case, even if we go to 52K, look at how much Bitcoin's on Coinbase's balances. Look how much they have. How are the exchanges running out of Bitcoin? Everybody's like, oh, the exchanges are running out of Bitcoin. Well, are the exchanges actually running out of Bitcoin? Yes, they really are. Here you go. Coinbase only has 863,000 Bitcoin. Binance only has 590,000 Bitcoin. Michael Saylor's MicroStrategies owns more Bitcoin than the Gemini exchange, which is the fourth largest holder of Bitcoin right now. This is very, very significant. And we're seeing the balance of Bitcoin on exchanges go down. Why is it so important that the miners are running out of Bitcoin? Why is it so important that the exchanges are running out of Bitcoin? Why is it so important that companies like this are buying so much Bitcoin and Michael Saylor has accumulated so much? Because what we're dealing with, guys, just on a very factual level, is a supply versus demand equation. If there is demand that is increasing, and look at the evidence, guys, you see politicians talking about it. You see the hedge funds, you see the VCs, you see everybody, the biggest asset managers in the world accumulating, offering crypto. More people are going to be buyers of Bitcoin over time. It's undeniable at this point. The amount of Bitcoin wallets out there are growing. The amount of Bitcoin holders are growing. The price of Bitcoin has been going up over time. The amount of Bitcoin now on exchange, now the supply side is going down. So while the demand has been going up, the supply continues to come down. This is just the basic value. This is just basic economics, okay? Supply versus demand. Supply is running out. Just look at it. And demand is going up. So just keep that in mind if you're down today, if you're wondering, well, this is it. Historically, guys, we are going in the right direction. We're headed in the right direction. And if you look right now at the stock to flow model, look at all the times in a bull market that Bitcoin has come down below this white line. In a bull market, look at 2016. For a long time, we came down below this. So don't be surprised if we do come down below this thing, and we come down below this thing. And even if we're down below this thing, we're still coming up. We're still coming up. And there's a good reason for us to keep going up. If you look right now, also another indicator that I want to share with you guys today was this pi cycle top indicator. We've talked about this one a lot. I know Black Sea has as well. Right now, we're testing down below this red line. That's a great accumulation zone. If you look historically at Bitcoin in these bull markets, my friends, you see some of these zones where we come down for a while and there's a lot of pain, and then we have a recovery in a bull market. We break back above the green line. We haven't even broken above the green line yet. And people think this bull market is over. I don't get it. If you think the bull market is over, then I just don't think that you've been paying attention. And I just don't think that you're going to make it in crypto. Personally, I could be wrong. Nothing we do here is financial advice, my friends. But for the people that think the bull market is over, I just think that you're probably either new to crypto or you haven't been successful in crypto and you got a little bit too much panic. And maybe you had a little bit too much of volatile assets. Maybe you were overexposed to meme coins right now and your portfolio is bleeding and you're just panicking. If that is you guys, I just want to remind you guys, history has showed us that we got a long way to go, my friends. A long way to go. To think that one individual could buy all the remaining Bitcoin on exchanges is absolutely unbelievable, and something that leaves me very, very bullish. So we've got a lot of good evidence to say things are still bullish. I'm not giving up. Today is a day of mindset, of strength, of patience. I even tweeted out for you guys, a little bit about, let's see here. What did I tweet out? Boom. Today, my tweet was, patience is key. Good morning, legends. Grateful to be home and back on the grind. I am grateful to be back on the grind. And that is exactly what it is. Whether you're a YouTuber, whether you're just working, whether you're just enjoying content on YouTube, whether you're buying crypto or waiting to buy crypto, patience is key. You got to do your own research always. And you got to have fun. You got to have fun. If you're not having fun, then what the heck are you doing the thing anyway? If you're not having fun, then you're probably making moves out of frustration and you're probably not having a lot of success, and that's pretty tough. All right, guys, let's do a little bit of Q&A. Let's chat a little bit. How's it going? How's it going, fam? That's a lot of my news stories for the day. To talk a little bit about why Bitcoin's crashing, I think that's always very, very important. Now, with this volatility again, fantastic opportunities to make some money, DCA into your favorite projects. If you haven't done so already, I'll share with you guys once again. You can sign up using our links in the description down below. Check it out here. $30 sign up bonus for copy trading on Blowfin. Again, super easy to sign up for. If you haven't taken advantage of it already, you should check it out. Good sign up bonuses on Femex, BitGet. Check these out if you want to accumulate now. These are great exchanges. Blowfin is my personal favorite right now. I've enjoyed using it myself. The sign up bonus is nice. And signing up is so easy. You don't need KYC or anything like that. So that's a huge perk there. Check it out. And then you can also get access to become a member. Click in this link and you get access to our private Discord. So if you haven't done that, guys, check it out on YouTube in the links in the description down below. Let's do a little Q&A. Bitcoin is holding the $60,000 level. So let's talk a little bit more about this. So, can Bitcoin hold the $60,000 range? Yes, it can. It could hold this range. That is possible. That is very possible. But this 52K level is very much on the table as well, especially if we don't hold this level. Let's give Bitcoin a chance here on the weekly candles as well. It's looking red right now. But what if this weekly candle comes trickling back up? Guys, this is Monday. We got 6 days, 5 hours left on this weekly candle. However, a lot of people are saying that this monthly candle looks horrible, and it does. I agree. It doesn't look good. But I'm also going to challenge you guys to look at the past for crypto and see some of the crazy volatilities that we've had on some of these other monthly candles. Things have been scary for Bitcoin before. Go back in time, my friends. This isn't that different. To say that this time is different is... Anytime you're saying this time is different, you're typically trying to justify a move. This time is different. The most applicable thing to this time is different, and why that would be so wrong right now, is if this overall market cap doesn't surpass $3 trillion, and everybody that knows anything about crypto is wrong. And the Fourier cycle theory is done. Everything we know about crypto is completely changed, and we all have to reassess ourselves. The Bitcoin halving is a supply shock event, along with all those other data points that I gave you guys today. Like, there's no reason that the overall market shouldn't take new highs. And so it's just something to keep in mind. I know it's scary. Today's a mindset day, along with some of the news that I shared with you guys earlier. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Hope that's helping with some perspective. Honestly, guys, if this trend line is good for anything, this could be a great long for Bitcoin, a beautiful bounce off 60K. If you want to short this, Godspeed. I don't like shorting Bitcoin, but heck, you could have shorted Bitcoin here off this resistance and boom, made a ton of money. All right, let's check out the comments, see how it's going, do some questions. Benny Blue Eyes is asking, Kip, am I watching any AI plays? I am not watching any AI plays. Vaguely, I mean, you know, Fetch AI, all the big ones. I'm looking at them. However, those are not my personal focus. And could I be wrong for that? Maybe, but it's just not my cup of tea. AI, personally, kind of like gaming tokens. Like, I see that people are excited about these things, but it kind of reminds me of the metaverse trend where it's like that was short-lived and it wasn't like the best move for the broader bull market. Sandbox was pretty darn good in the explosive part of the bull market. And I think that there's going to be some great plays, but I'm more focused on the L1s, L2s, some of that. Gold Pony says, shout out to Gold Pony Crypto, great YouTuber. Check him out if you haven't done so already. Gold Pony Crypto says, some amazing times to pick up alts right now. What are you buying, Kip? Stacks, my friend. I'm buying some stacks. I absolutely love this token. It is down way big time from its all-time highs at almost $4. It got up to $3.85. This thing is down right now. A tasty 60%. Ouch, ouch, ouch. It's tough. I was buying up here. I'm down big on my stacks plays, especially on my Welsh play. Ouch. Look at this. Ouch. A lot of pain, a lot of pain. But guys, bull market and canceled, as Gold Pony said. Good time to pick up some plays. The ones you have high conviction on. I like Stacks because it's a layer 2 solution enabling DeFi on Bitcoin. It's the number one pick for layer 2 solutions for Bitcoin, and the Nakamoto upgrades coming later this year, hopefully corresponding with the next leg up in this market as well. It's looking increasingly each day that is going to happen for this token, but there's so many great plays. I mean, hey, if you missed Solana on the way up in the bear market, right? If you missed Solana, and clearly Solana's, a major player in the space, heck, you've got a decent accumulation zone. However, if Bitcoin comes down, this thing could come lower, right? I don't want to see it, but it could happen. Could happen. So we'll keep an eye on that. I've been thinking more about Jasmy Gold Pony. This thing looks like it could get a bounce off here. I was calling for a 40% crash. We're halfway through that 40% crash that I predicted. That could happen. Do I want to see it? Do I want to see crash for any of these? No. I think also Crocoin is at a decent accumulation zone right now. Obviously versus Bitcoin, Crocoin is extremely undervalued. All-time lows versus Bitcoin. This could be a great zone to accumulate this. What am I focused on, though? To just answer it directly, it is Stacks. I like Stacks. It feels like it's kind of the most obvious, the one that I feel like also the fact with how much money is in Bitcoin with a $1.3 trillion market cap or whatever it is right now, that money could just flow into the DeFi economy for Bitcoin very easily. So, why go into an ecosystem where you're hoping the money comes to when you could go into an ecosystem that the money's already there? It just needs to shuffle into that particular DeFi side of things. And so, that's kind of me talking about really Crow versus Stacks, and not to say that I'm not bullish on Crow, because obviously I am. A lot of Crow, obviously got a lot of the memes in that ecosystem. I'm bullish on some of the layer, the DEXs and some of the liquidity opportunities there, like Tectonic Finance, and even like the NFT platforms like Minted, like Opensea Bay, the tokens associated with those. There's a good argument to be made there, but the argument for money to flow into Stacks is a little more obvious. Now, the hope I have for Crow is just, hey, it goes back to $1. It could go back to $2 to $5 just based on the valuation versus Binance. We've talked a lot about this. The fact that crypto.com is one of the most regulated exchanges. It's great. But there's a lot of great plays out there. Caspa, this was one of the best performers in the bull market right now from its peak. In the bear market is one of the best performers. Right now, it's down 23% as well. A beautiful discount there. Pepe, possibly the chosen one. If you want to get some memes, I think this is an incredible opportunity to get some discounted Pepe, because right now Pepe is down 37%. But I do agree with you, Go Pony. Go Pony says, yep, he does like Jasmy as well. I hear you. A lot of great buys. And, and it's a great question, Go Pony. And the truth is, right, we can all have some great picks and make money in different projects. That's the beauty of crypto, right? There's a lot of different ecosystems. There's a lot of things that are thriving, surviving, growing. We just got to make our own bets according on our own research. And that's really all we can do. And, I think there's going to be a lot of great plays. I think, as I've said many times, in crypto, you can put on a blindfold, throw the top 200 cryptocurrencies on a dartboard, throw those darts, and make money in a bull market in crypto. A lot of money. You might even catch a 5, 10, 20x. But we like to do our due diligence and pick the ones we have high conviction behind. And so, yes, I like Cronos. Yes, I like Stacks. And yes, I like Ethereum too, even though it gets a lot of hate. I like Solana. I like Jasmy. I like HBAR. I like Castle. I like a lot of coins out there, but I can't have them all. So which ones am I going to accumulate? Personally, I like the discount here for Stacks. I think it's a big discount. So we'll see. If it goes back up to its previous highs, that's a 2x. Boom. Done. Kramer hits the switch on his show. Bye. Says Doc Denzel. Doc Denzel's asking about Ordi. Ordi is a meme token on Bitcoin. BRC20 token. Big retracement right now, down also 50% from its highs. I think that coin is, it's a meme. So don't forget that is a meme token. There's no utility with that token. Just like the Sats 1000 or 100 token, whatever it is. But if Bitcoin booms, and it will eventually, I think, and I'm talking booming past the $73,000 mark, 2 new highs, price discovery mode, overall market cap goes back up to new highs, then BRC20 tokens like Ordi, which is, look at it. It is the top loser today, right? Isn't it the top loser today? Yeah, it's top loser today. Huge discount. This thing was up to $70, 50% discount. Could it go lower? Absolutely, especially if Bitcoin goes lower. But it just depends what you guys want to do. Ordi is a more risky play. It's a BRC20 token. less prevalent, a little harder to buy, a little harder for money to flow into those, except this thing did get much higher. This got up to almost a $2 billion market cap, which is crazy. It did, though. It happens all the time in crypto. $2 billion for a market cap is not that much money in the grand scheme of things. It's a ton of money. But if you compare it to things like, let's just use it as an example, Pepe, which is 4.5 billion, or Shiba Inu with 9 billion, or Dogecoin with 16 billion at one point got to $100 billion. Money flows in these markets. The key is, my friends, is to pick the ones that you have conviction on and to understand this overall market cap, I think. That's my personal opinion. Daniel's asking me about Mary. Do I still have a plan on holding Mary? I hold Mary. I'm bleeding out on Mary right now. I'm just holding it. I'm waiting for a Cronos meme season 2. My goal is with new cash to accumulate into some of the larger tokens right now. If I am way down on some of the other meme plays that I had in there, gratefully, I took some profit, paid off a couple cars with my crow with knife profits, with some of the other profits that I had on some of the other tokens as well. I did not win on every one of my Cronos memes. I took a huge loss on Mouse and the Pasta. I took a huge loss on, what did I take a loss on? I think I took a loss on, there's another one. Push the button. I think I took a loss on push the button. I took another loss, I think, on Croaky, I think. But net positive on those plays. Again, paid for some cars. So that's the advantage of taking profits. And again, I don't like to invest more than I'm willing to lose in a particular project. And so you got to continue to live by, your personal philosophy. But mine is don't buy more than I'm willing to lose. And also really don't want to sell a loss. But at a point, sometimes you do. I did. Mouse and the Pasta, I did. We push the button. I want to protect some of my capital. The rest, I'm kind of just leaving in those plays right now. Two of the biggest plays I have right now are Welsh and Mary. We'll see how they go. Hopefully they come back. If they don't, I'm prepared for that. But again, I go back to this overall market cap, and I think, hey, bull market ain't even close to over. Haven't even broken through the highs. Meme coins, altcoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, we're going to have more legs up. So matter of when. In the meantime, I'm accumulating the projects I have most high conviction on, and those are not meme coins at this point. Though, if you want to accumulate meme coins, you could make a stupid amount of money if and when those recover. And I think the memes that I just talked about and some of the memes, even that I sold, right, could recover. Am I going to wait around for that on my end? All those positions? No, but I'm not going to also sell a loss for all the positions. But you do have to protect your capital, my friends. And so that's your decision to make. We'll see. Ed is asking about Render. Let's see how the Render token's doing right now. Rank number 29, Render. Let's see how this chart's doing. Probably familiar. Yeah, Render's looking... Woo! That's a big sell-off for Render as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see this thing just at this chart, come back down to $5. If Bitcoin continues to bleed, so more discounts possibly ahead for this, and a lot of altcoins out there. Gonna have if Bitcoin keeps bleeding, prepare. Your altcoins are going to suffer. And if you're not ready for that, well, you should have been in the first place. We are looking for an altcoin explosion. We've been anticipating it. It hasn't come yet, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to come just because they're crashing right now. These are accumulation zones in my mind for your favorite tokens, and maybe that is Render. Marty says it's all good. The second wave is coming. I think so too. When? I don't know. Wheelchair Mafia is asking if I'm going to buy some Crow at night before the next centralized exchange listing. I am not. I'm just not focused on buying memes right now. I've got my meme positions, just waiting for the moon on those, and that's my plan for those. At this point, I'm focusing on buying really stacks. Personally, maybe that's Crow for you. Maybe that's Ethereum. Maybe that's Render. Maybe that's an AI play. Maybe that's gaming token. Maybe it's all of those. But I have super high conviction on stacks personally right now. It's one of my number one picks for this bull market, to be honest with you. Maybe not in percentage gains, but in terms of promise of return, I feel so good about it. So I'm going to focus on that because I've already got my other positions, as you guys know. How about Core, Pups, and Wizard? Yeah, they're all on Bitcoin. I think those are BRC20 tokens. So we'll see with those. I don't know. All that's kind of dead right now. We got to wait for Bitcoin to come back. Any thoughts on Ondo Finance? TDF Blast is asking. Thanks for the question, TDF Blast. I do have thoughts on it. I think it's got some big partners backing it like BlackRock. And I think when the bull market goes, Ondo is going to do well as well. Right now, what is Ondo doing? Is it bleeding horribly? I bet it is. It was doing very well recently as the markets were kind of hurting, but I bet you it's selling off terribly along with everything else. Hey, it's up on the day. Yeah, so there's Ondo for you. It's been heading steadily up. I think this one's got some hope. I think it's going to be a big play. I wouldn't be surprised this thing 10, 20x. Big partners backing it. So yeah. But everything's kind of down right now. So we got Benny Blue Eyes and Gold Bony Crypto chatting in the chat. I love it. I've been talking more about Caspa. I think that one's pretty interesting. I think that one's got a lot of potential as well. In times like this, on these dumps, you could buy those meme coins and be a true degenerate, right? And really go for it. Maybe risk a lot more downside. Or you could buy some of your favorite altcoins that will still get some low volatility, move to the downside if Bitcoin crashes further. But stacks, for example, like that's one where, yeah, it could bleed further, but I think it's very undervalued. I think it's going to go way, way up when this parabolic blow off top happens. And we just haven't seen yet. So I'm just kind of waiting for that. Again, if you guys haven't done so, sign up using our link down below for Blowfin. Free $30 in the copy trading feature. If you sign up, deposit a little bit of money using our link, you can become a member on this channel, get access to our private Discord. Don't miss out on that. See what Bitcoin's doing. Bouncing around 60K. So 52K, can it happen? Yes, it can. Here's the evidence circled in red and all the other evidence I gave you in the beginning of this video. Do I want to see it? No. Could it happen? Yes. Benny Blue Eyes asking if I have any link. I don't have any link. Link is usually a great performer in a bull market. I'm bullish on it. Can't have them all, though. Got Top Dog talking about Turbo. We'll see what happens with Turbo. I know a lot of people are hyped about that. It's a meme. Memes are memes. But yeah, guys. All right, much love, guys. That's all I got in this one. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It's good to be back at the studio, guys. TDF Blast says, thank you, bro. I love the work. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you as well, TDF Blast. I appreciate all of you guys, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. You have any idea how hard it is to make content on a day where your portfolios are bleeding? It's very hard to do. Very hard to do, but it's very important. The biggest thing that we can do for you as a YouTube channel, in my mind, is just keep you level-headed. Some of my favorite YouTube channels out there did that for me when I was new to crypto, and I think that's consistently one of the most important things you can do. There is a point in time where we do need to take profit, and there is a point in time where we do need to exit the market. I do not believe that time is now. I think you missed your window to take profit on your memes, on your altcoins if you wanted to. I think this is kind of a moment where I'm personally looking to ride the ride at this point in time. I've already taken my profits, and we were talking about that. We were taking profits on those meme coins while we were getting a beautiful boom, mostly in the Cronos ecosystem. I also had some great profit taking in the BRC20 ecosystem. That translated to buying 2 cars. I still have a beautiful holding portfolio that I'm very excited for. I'm still accumulating, and I want you guys to know patience is key. Keep yourself a level head. It is tough. Me and Black Sea, both feeling the emotions with you guys. Do not think that we are immune to the emotions of the market. But it is very important to stay level-headed. As Bitcoin's dipping right now, as I'm watching it on this chart, could we see 52K? Yes. But what is the strategy? What comes next? We'll continue to talk about it. Please know, guys, nothing we ever say here is financial advice, but we do care. We do want to make money. We want you guys to make money. We're going to keep coming with the content. That's all I got in this one, guys. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description down below. I'm going to pin them in the comments as well, so you guys have it right there. That's all I got. Plays the music. Shout out to you. Welcome, welcome. See you guys later. Thanks, Ed. Thanks, Doc Denzel. Thanks, Benny Blue Eyes. Thanks, Marty. Thanks, Gold Pony. Shout out to all y'all in the chat. Daniel, Doc Denzel, Pablo, Ed, all you guys. See you next time, y'all. Peace.